but it does so much more than that. Okay. Don't want to give away any spoilers before I get to that point, but I loved this book. Hello, Bibliophiles. My name is Tanvi Dikshit. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another book review, and for today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the first ever Greek mythological fiction book that I have read, The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. First things first, let's talk about the author a little bit. Madeline Miller, she's an American novelist. She was born in the year 1978, and she's of course best known for her two most famous novels, The Song of Achilles and Circe. She was actually working as a Greek and Latin language teacher while she was working on her debut novel. She took almost 10 years to finish The Song of Achilles, but the novel went on to become an instant hit. It literally featured on all possible bestseller lists. It went on to win her the Orange Prize for fiction. And not just that, it became such a huge trend on social media, like on TikTok and all these social media apps. The book was trending everywhere. You could see, it appearing on all kinds of bestseller lists. It was there in every bookstore that you walked into. So it literally became like a super, super, super popular book. So when I decided to start reading Greek mythology, I naturally gravitated towards it. The main reason being that I've never really read any Greek mythology before this, so I wanted to start myself off with something that was going to be an easy read. I did not want to jump straight into the classics. Now, if you are somebody similar to me who's not very well aware of Greek mythology, let me give you a quick overview. So, two of the most important texts or epics from Greek mythology are the poems The Iliad and the Odyssey by Homer, who was a poet from the 8th century BC. This particular book, The Song of Achilles, is loosely based on the Iliad. I would not say it's loosely based on the Iliad. I want to say it's more of Madeline Miller's own version, own retelling of the Iliad. Now, the Iliad narrates the story of the final years of the Trojan War. I'm pretty sure all of you are aware of Helen of Troy, the Trojan horse, because all of these stories are like a big part of the popular culture. So, Helen was considered to be the most beautiful woman of the time. She was married to Menelaus, who was the king of Sparta. Eventually, she was abducted by or ran away with Paris, who was the prince of Troy. As a result, Sparta waged war against Troy, and during this war, our protagonist Achilles emerged as the ultimate war hero. He almost single handedly won the battle for Sparta against Troy. And of course, this book kind of retells this story of Achilles, but it does so much more than that. Okay. Don't want to give away any spoilers before I get to that point, but I loved this book. I've also read Circe by Madeline Miller, which I will be, of course, shooting a totally different review video for that as well. Oh, wait, but before we get into the review, a fun story, okay? Do you know we actually have a tendon that's a connective tissue that connects your muscles with your bones at the back of your heel that's actually named as Achilles tendon. There's a very fun story behind why it's named Achilles tendon. So, according to the Greek mythological legends, Thetis, who was the mother of Achilles, actually dipped Achilles in a river in the underworld when he was a baby to make his entire body invulnerable. That made him the ultimate undefeated war hero because his body was impenetrable. But while she was dipping him in the river, she held him by his heel. So that was the only vulnerable spot on his body. And spoiler alert, but I think we all know how this ends. Achilles eventually died because of an injury on this particular part of the back of his heel, which now we know as Achilles tendon. So the back of his heel was hit with a poison dart. So yeah, this is actually a very interesting story. You can Google it and read more about it if you want to. Okay, without much further ado, let's start with the review. The Song of Achilles released in the year 2011. It went on to win the Orange Prize for Fiction in the year 2012. The book is about 352 pages long, and my oh my, it is an extremely engaging, absorbing read. I swear to God, you can actually read this book in one single sitting. It's that gripping and engaging. So big thumbs up for that before we even get into it. Now, the basic plot of the book. Even though from the name it's obvious that the hero of the book, the protagonist, is Achilles, the book is actually not told from Achilles' point of view. The book has actually been written from the point of view of Patroclus, who is Achilles' partner and the love of his life. This is a beautiful piece of LGBTQ plus romance literature. It's just so beautifully written. The story starts off when Patroclus, a prince, is still a child. Something traumatic happens in his life, because of which he's thrown out of his own kingdom. He's then taken in along with a bunch of other kids by Achilles' father. Eventually, a friendship grows between Achilles and Patroclus, which blooms into a romance when they come of age. The story goes on to talk about how they realize their feelings for each other, they get separated, they get reunited. Achilles eventually goes on to fight in the Trojan War, how that war takes a toll on their relationship, and finally how it all ends. Even though the main plot of this book, as the Iliad, is the Trojan War, this book is anything but a battle story. This book is actually a love story. It is an out and out romance novel between Patroclus and Achilles. I love authors who kind of pick out old stories or epics and they retell them in a very unique way. They kind of give a twist of their own. They kind of modernize things. They give them a contemporary twist. And Madeline Miller has done exactly that in this particular book. The evolution of the relationship between Achilles and Patroclus from their very innocent sort of friendship that begins as children to their adolescence, to how their feelings towards each other develop, the beautiful homosexual love that kind of blooms between them, and how the relationship progresses has been described so beautifully. A lot of times these homosexual romance pieces, whether it's a movie or a show or a novel, they tend to try too hard or they tend to be very over the top, but this book is nothing of the sorts. It's a pure and simple homosexual love story. I absolutely adore the relationship between those two characters. The most beautiful part is that in spite of being these mythological heroes, all the characters are so flawed. No character is black or white. Every character is grey. Every character goes on to make mistakes, to have evil thoughts, to have all of these different layers of thoughts. And they're very complex characters, especially Achilles and Patroclus. I love the complexity of these characters because it kind of makes you more engaged with them. It kind of makes you more involved with them. For me, a hallmark of a good fiction book is a book that can bring out all different emotions in you. It can make you laugh, cry, it can make you anxious. And I feel like I felt all those emotions on my journey through this novel. I felt happiness for them when there are these like romantic moments between them. I cried towards the end during the last few sequences of the Trojan War, and it really, like, you get extremely intensely emotionally involved in the novel, and I really love that about it. I have read my fair share of mythological fiction books, and I feel like a lot of times when mythological fiction is written in a contemporary way, it comes across as juvenile, like the conversations or the descriptions, but this book, it doesn't do any of that. Like, it's a very easy read. Even the conversations are great, but my favorite part is the long descriptive prose passages that she writes. She paints a very vivid picture of every scene. So when you're actually reading a conversation, you sort of have this mental image about the setting in which this is happening, or like the physical descriptions about all the characters, or if there's a beach or a forest, all the landscape that she's described, like all the description is very vivid. It's very easy for you to imagine and paint a mental picture of it, which I think is great. So this book, coming to my verdict, gets a straight 9 out of 10 purely because of how immersive and engaging it was. I am so happy that this was my first introduction to the world of Greek mythology, because I have been unstoppable ever since. Like, I've just been picking out one Greek mythology book after another. So, yeah, this has been a great starter book. So, if you're somebody who is completely new to the world of Greek mythology, I highly recommend picking this up as a starter book because I think it's a great gateway into this new world. Yeah, so if you're looking to get into this fantasy world of Greek mythology without having to navigate too many complicated texts, then definitely read this one. Thumbs up for sure. I don't even honestly want to categorize it as mythological fiction. It's a queer LGBTQ plus romance novel and the best one I've ever read. So that was it from me for this video. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you've read this book, leave a comment. Let me know. I would love to talk more about it. And I will be back in the next video with another book review. Until then, please hit the subscribe button. Happy reading.